Let's do a recap of the week since it's coming. No, it did come to an end because today's Monday. So let's do a recap of last week. And basically, last week, I basically spent the whole week intoxicated. If I'm being no, because thing is, I don't need to lie. Like, I'm as open as a book, honestly. So I don't feel the need to lie. Last week, I think I spent the entire week intoxicated, and before we judge, we listen before we judge, okay? And the reasoning why do my eyes look like that? I'm not intoxicated today, I swear. Hmm. Um, the reason why is because I started off the week like very strong. Like I mean like strong in like a bad way. Like it was so bad it was very like the strong feeling of bad. Just the bad feeling of strong? No, the other way sounded better, yeah. So we started off like really like it was like it was like they said go for a hike. I said okay, and then like my first step was like from like one like my first like little like pull up was like from the floor to like the sky. Like that's how tall it was. That's how that first step felt. And the thing is like I didn't realize I had so much baggage and so much shit to deal with. And again, this was the time where I convinced myself that it was too much for me to deal with. So that's why I started smoking weed again during that like time. And now like during the time now I'm kind of like off of it. And it's like the thing is, this is the thing is, I'll be honest, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, the weed wasn't helping me. The weed was not helping me. The only reason why I was smoking the weed was because if you watch like some of my like most recent videos from the last week, you would see that I said like I was feeling very numb. Okay, I wasn't feeling anything. So the thing is, even though the weed was making me feel very bad, it was making me feel something. So it's like, even though it wasn't a good something, it was still something other than nothing. So I was like, it's a double-edged sword, but at the end of the day, like, I have to pick a side. So I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna smoke. It was, very awful, a very bad decision to pick that back up because, once you go down, it's hard to start going up again. And I can't say again, this is why I can't say weed is beneficial. I mean, for everybody, as I can see, and maybe as you guys can see as well, it's very different the way people's bodies handle weed, and mine just does not have a good time doing it. But again, like, I just when I started my vacation, like I just felt everything like fall over me, and it was a lot. And I told myself like, oh, I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt myself. So maybe if I smoke, like I'll take away from hurting myself. But you know what happened? I just ended up doing both. So I was like, oh, like you was really crazy for real. Like you really got something going on. But then I will admit, like after I did start smoking more, like I kind of put down, like I stopped hurting myself because like the weed was making me feel bad enough. I didn't even need to hurt myself. I didn't need to feel bad or make myself feel bad or hurt because like my mental when I was high was definitely eating me up alive. So I was like, okay, like we don't have to do two things because we're both like one thing is doing both. So it's like, why do two when you're getting one result when you could do one and get two results, right? So yeah, that's like why I was smoking. But like right now, I feel it. Like I don't want to smoke anymore. That sounded so stupid. I don't want to smoke anymore. And again, it's because like it really I was feeling bad already, and it kind of made me feel, not kind of, it did make me feel worse. But then, in my old videos, I said it like, this is why I don't judge anybody for when they're going through something to like go like resort to addiction. Because again, I know that when you're lost, or like maybe, like you're on your way somewhere and then you get lost, like the minute you feel like you're getting a little bit out of your comfort zone, you retreat back to that safe zone. And that's because you are familiar with this, like you're familiar with the area, familiar with the house, like if you stick around here, like you'll never get lost. And that's kind of how it was with drugs, and that's what I explained before too, is the reason why I never frown on anybody for going back to it, is because I know us as human, we do have, is my nose leaking? Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Stop. And I have no paper. Stop. Just pretend you didn't see that, okay? But yeah, and I'm sick as well, so you guys probably hear that in my voice. But yeah, it's because us as human beings, I know we have the tendency to always like resort back to what we know, because again, it's what we felt helped us but once before, we feel like will help us again. And I'll speak for myself on that little topic, is because like for me it's like I got really used to weed being there, and it's just like when I was going through stuff, I had the excuse of, oh yeah, it was helping me to forget about this. But in reality, it wasn't helping me forget shit. It was just making me feel worse about it. So it was like there was no escaping something, because when I was sober, I was dealing with it, but when I was high, I was dealing with it even more. So it was like, oh, I'm just losing regardless. So this not really helping me. That's why it was so easy for me to put down weed, because it was never really beneficial to me. It was always taking me down. But this week, it was just like, it was really a hard week. Like, this was the first week to myself after a long time. So yeah, everything just like fell right on top of me, and it was really hard. I'll admit the start was really hard. The end, it was getting a little bit more easier, but the start, it was like I told myself like I can't do this. Like I cannot do this by myself. I can't. And that's why I started smoking, because again, you convince yourself that you can't deal with things, then you find other things to try to help you cope with it. When in reality, these feelings that I had at this like during this time, it's not like I've never felt things similar to this before. And again, if we were meant to supplement feelings with like drugs or just opioids or anything, then like we would have been prescribed those. Like we would have, when we were born, we would have probably came with those things. When we were sent home from birth, they would have probably been like, oh, like you make sure your kid takes this all the time just to like erase his feelings. Like no, that's the reason why we don't, because we could deal with it on our own. It's just like it's really a lot. And that's why for me it was like I didn't realize how much it really was until I felt it all fall on top of me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I really been like neglecting myself, and I really been putting everybody above me. And now that I'm here alone and I have to deal with myself finally for just 1 week, I was like, am I ready for this? No, it was a train wreck. It was. But now my vacations come to an end. I feel like I've rested enough. I went out a little bit. Again, I got sick during the vacation, so it was like I couldn't really go out regardless, because even if like I was feeling like shit, like I was feeling like extra shit because I got sick on top of it. So I was like, you know what? Honestly, this is just like time to rest. So I rested a lot, and now I'm back in that money mindset. So I'm ready to go out there and get it, and I'm ready to share my fucking motherfucking input. So all I'm saying is get ready for me to start popping my shit again, because yeah, I was sitting there recharging, and I'm powered up now. No Power Ranger, and I'm ready to pop my motherfucking shit like I never was fucking doing it before. Okay. So yeah, that's how the last week was for me, and I just want to share that because I'm allowed to, I think. Yeah.